LA guys are killing us in podcast. I mean, we're funnier, but killing us pod-wise.
I always talk about it, man. The way they do it is like, they help each other out. They all are like a fraternity, and
That's
they
what
just
it is.
bump each other all the way through the roof.
Yeah,
Cross-promoting Theo, who helps Shab, who helps Rogan. Who
I
helps
was gonna say, and then King Rogan at the top.
Yeah,
who's just
exactly.
Like bringing everyone along for the ride. It's
know.
a great model.
It is.
And we've talked about it with a couple comedians here, and I think the general vibe for most stand-up guys is that there's just still too much competition here. That like you'll help people out, but you're still kind of out for yourself. And I think it's only once everybody's achieved enough fame, money, whatever, that they're like, all right, everybody can come along too.
That's
right now, it's
exactly right.
still like, no, I need my time or I need my shine.
Hey, look at Kobe. I mean, fuck you, get out of my way. And then now that once he like made it to legend status, he's like, LeBron's amazing. You gotta wait till you're on top, I guess.
I thought that was going somewhere else for a second. It's like, be careful now, Mark.
I'm glad he don't.
So Mark Norman's on the show.
Wait, have we started?
Yeah, that was it. We're rolling. We're going, baby.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so that's going to be in there. Cool with that?
Oh, yeah. All right. That's comedy. I'm a comedian.
Yeah, I was just watching a clip of Seinfeld giving you like so much love, which
unbelievable.
We had Tom Papa in here a couple weeks ago, and he got such a big cosign from him earlier in his career.
Oh yeah,
and I feel like that's got to be
I hope
top.
I hope I don't get Tom Papa. I'd love to have his career. I hope I don't get his hairline. But the Seinfeld thing. I was in a club in Buffalo bombing. 8 people, papered room. It was like 4th of July weekend. Nobody showed up. I get off stage. My phone's going like a pinball machine. I'm like, what the hell is this? And they're like, Seinfeld's talking about you at the Mets. I'm like, Mets? What? I look at it. I'm like, oh, my God. I'm touched. I'm hard. The whole thing. And I text my parents. They don't care. And then I remember I went to bed that night. Like I tied one on. I was so excited. And I was like, tomorrow I'm going to sell out. I mean, Seinfeld said I'm the next guy. And then it was like 8 people again. And I was like, this is what showbiz is. This is comedy.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I feel like sometimes you think that you get the cosign from somebody, or even like someone shouts you out on Twitter or something that seems so significant in the moment, and then it's like, is that going to make people like buy this or go
It's
there
crazy.
or do not necessarily.
You slip on a banana peel or whatever, and you go viral. Mm-hmm. But then you have this legend of comedy vouch for you, and people are like, that's cute. And you're like, cute! Come on! Give me something.
Seinfeld in particular, too. Like, Seinfeld's not just a legend. Seinfeld's also legendarily difficult to impress.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's
like
like
a
not just
connoisseur of
like,
it.
like Chappelle and Chris Rock, I feel like they do more like bring boys along, things like that.
Sure.
Seinfeld is, it's noted. It's a part of his lore is like,
Yes.
he's very hard to make him laugh.
He's this cranky Jew in a tower on the Upper West Side, like nobody can touch him. He's got 8 million cars, nobody knows what's going on over there. And I'm honored to break in, but I also have a fear because my act is pretty dark. But I got a special coming out later, like in April, and I'm like, if he sees it, he's gonna probably like do some litigious shit, like scrub that from the internet, take out my thing with him. I don't want to be associated, so I don't know.
Yeah, he is, so notoriously clean and like thinks. I almost feel like he kind of. We've had several clean comics on here before who are kind of like, it's just like not my style, but like whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like he almost looks down on it in a way where he like thinks of it as a crutch.
Maybe. I mean, he loves Patrice, Bernie Mac. He likes Bill Burr. He likes Sam Kinison. So I think he appreciates it. I think he's just like, for me,
Not my style.
not my thing.
Yeah.
I remember he was on, what was it? One of the Showtime shows. Him, Louis, Chris Rock, and Ricky
Talking
Gervais.
Funny.
Talking Funny. There it is. And I think he was explaining how it was a Superman joke or something like that, where he had fuck in it.
Yeah.
And was like, I felt like it was cheating. So
Yeah.
he stopped. But I guess, that's all personal shit, right?
But if you get a laugh on fuck, that means like, how great am I? There's a lot of comics out there doing like the what the fuck as a punchline. You're like, that's not clever.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a twist. Give me something I never thought of. But. He's trying to, sorry, a little hungover, a little gay, but he's trying to, be a good comic. So I get it. But I still think, Louis C.K. is amazing and it's pretty filthy. It's all about this and that. So I think it can be done cleverly, Dave Attell. But if you're relying on the fuck, then you're out.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think?
I rely on the fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are
on
we're
this
big-time
podcast,
fuck guys.
very much rely on the fuck.
Oh, well, at least you're aware of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll just be like, fuck. Was that good?
That's
you guys
it.
laughed? That was the bit.
There you
Did
go.
you watch? Did you see Steve Martin and Chris Rock at the Oscars?
I didn't. The Oscars, all that shit is so washed up. It's like so, what do you call it? It's not whitewashed. Just it's just scrubbed of anything interesting. Like Gervais, I'm like, now we're talking. This is comedy. And they all go, we hated that. That's too much. Let's just have this boring, toned down, safe bullshit. Is that what you want, you queefs? That's what you're gonna get. Okay, don't say anything interesting or controversial anyway. Like, is that what the road we want to go down? Are you that scared? Are you that nervous about a joke, a zinger, a yuck 'em up that you gotta be so squeaky and tiptoey? I mean, I'm sure it was hey, there's not enough black people here. I can already recite the whole monologue. I haven't even seen it.
It was actually women. It was vaginas. They said there's not enough vaginas out here.
Not enough vaginas.
But, you know,
There was black
cutter.
too. It was
Right.
like 1919.
Yeah.
But the one that like really stuck out, and this is Steve Martin who did this. First of all, is there any price that you would take to do it? Obviously.
Oh yeah, I would do it.
Yeah, right.
Totally.
But like, so you're not worried about like, oh, like this is my craft. Like, I want a paycheck.
Yeah, I want to pay. I could say I did the Oscars.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
of
good
course
one.
I would do.
Yeah, I mean, I just found
Seinfeld and the Oscars. You'll have 15 people next show.
Those were like two like titans of the game, and they clearly were told to like
Of
kind of.
course.
I mean,
wash it
like
down,
a whole
water it
bit
down.
was they can't make fun of Jeff Bezos because they want their packages delivered on time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun. But yeah, I get it. It's a gig. I mean, I'm doing Cosby's pod after this. So, like, I'm all over the place. But, yeah, of course I would do it. But I'm just saying it's like, remember they had the year with no host? And then the year
There was
with,
no host of series. There was
Okay.
Those guys, they were
Well,
like
there
the
you
no
go.
hosts, whatever. Yeah.
There you go. I don't know. I think it's a bad... That's why the internet is winning. It's just like, hey, not everybody is this soft and scared and weird. Like, everything's going towards podcasting and YouTube and all that shit because... the I don't know. I feel like I'm getting too
No,
weird
go ahead.
here,
We're
but
interested in it.
it just feels like that little army is clamping down so hard that people are like,
Fuck it,
we
we
got
don't need to."
sponsors, we want to sell tickets, we want to make money, so like they're just gonna go that squeaky, sad, cowardly route, but that ain't fun.
Right.
What happened to fun? So you got to
Right.
go to the internet to see.
I was gonna
something.
say, then you hop on Twitter and you see fucking,
Yeah. Well,
the
isn't that weird? Like-
dark demons of the world.
Twitter's this horrific, evil cesspool of hate, and then these same people are like, but you got to be nice.
Yeah.
You got to be progressive. You got to be inclusive. You got to be compassionate. It's like, well, compassionate. If one guy makes one slip up on stage, you ruin his life. So
Yeah.
where's the compassion? Which one is it?
Right.
It's just like Cosby. I'm America's dad, sweater, pudding pop, but I'll rape you. Like we all balance out. Everybody who's this morally superior chooch online at home is kicking their dog and calling their mom a cunt. So I don't know. It's a weird time.
we did used to say that about like what was it, hockey
hockey
Twitter back
Twitter.
in the day. There was always these hockey writers who hated us and the way we covered hockey and were so like sanctimonious. The one that really stuck out to me was people were calling Sidney Crosby Princess Crosby, and they were like, "This is sexist. Why can't a princess be good at hockey?" And I'm like, "Fuck these people!"
Yeah.
And then almost inevitably, all of them were being like creeps in the DM.
It was-
hitting on
there you
chicks
go.
and,
The
you know.
ratio of it, of hockey Twitter, this is probably 5-7 years ago, of hockey Twitter writers who hated us and also would end up getting blasted like by the people who they loved so much. It was almost 100%.
The Venn diagram
It
was
was
completely overlapped.
crazy how
Interesting.
it hasn't happened much anymore, but there was like a year stretch where it was unbelievable. Everyone who would get on their high horse was almost 100% of the time being a creep in DMs or like
Yeah.
and then much worse
Always
than that
evens
too.
out,
Like there
but-
were also like assaults and stuff like that.
Oh,
That-
shit.
Yeah.
Well, all my friends in HR, I know two guys who are HR people, and they're the biggest dirtbag, deviant degenerates I've ever met in my life. They're all booze bags and chasing gash and all over the place and snorting rails before work, and then they go and go, hey, it's African American. And you're like, all right, these are just words. You're still fucking whores at night,
Hey, listen though, it takes
That's-
one to know one. You know what I
I
mean?
guess
You gotta,
so, I
it's
guess
like
so.
it's like DiCaprio and Catch Me If You Can. You gotta like hire the criminal to do the. It's like I know a scumbag when I see one.
Yeah.
Mark, you're out, pal.
I always say that about like once I got older and now I have friends in different fields, and it's like I have a buddy who's a lawyer, and I'm like, I would never go to you for
are
law.
an
You're a fucking idiot. I have a buddy who's like a successful financial advisor. I'm like, you're an absolute moron.
Yeah.
And then like I have a friend who's a teacher. She's a drunk.
The teachers
She's
are the
drunk.
best.
All
Yes.
teachers
Teachers
are
are the
shit faced
best.
all the time.
All the
Drunk,
time.
like you just fucked, and now you're teaching class in kindergarten.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
Second grade teacher. Shit faced 24/7.
We're watching a movie today, kids. Yeah.
I never that was one of the big realizations for me when I was an adult, when I realized that movie day was just when the teacher was hungover.
Right, right. I remember being at a bar, like trying
Or
to
when
meet
9/11
girls,
happened.
and whenever a girl would say I'm a teacher, I was always like, I'm in. This girl's gonna be fucking filthy.